Hey, it's Keith Aichele here, and I want to break down for you a common question that I get, which is it better to rent to own a home in a hot market or a slow market? So let me answer that really quick for you here. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Rent to own is a perfect way to purchase a property in both hot and slow markets. Now, both markets have a pro and a con to them, and I'll explain to you what those pros and cons are. Let's suppose you're in a hot market. Well, one of the downsides of doing a rent-to-own in a hot market is that you're going to have a little bit less selection to be able to choose from. And the reason for that is sellers have so many different options to be able to find the right buyer and be able to make exactly what they want out of their home. They can sell it for a good price. They can get it, maybe even get it sold pretty quickly. So their desire to really work and do what creative financing, which is what a rent-to-own is not as great. Like, they're just not as interested to work with you. However, with that said, those properties that have still not sold during a hot market, well, those are great sellers to work with, because in their mind they're going, what's wrong with my property? Why is it not selling? So they're already, after a certain point in time, they're going to get extremely discouraged with the home selling process and be like, I just need this thing resolved because clearly it's not going anywhere, and it's a hot market, so something must be wrong with the home. So when you can step in and say, hey, I'll help you get the home sold, you actually get a little bit of advantage. So that's one of the advantages in a hot market, is when you do find someone willing, it could be that they are quite interested in finding a solution to quickly get rid of their home, which means they're willing to work with you on a rent-to-own transaction, which has many, many benefits, which we cover off in different videos. Now, there's a second benefit to doing a rent-to-own in a hot market, or picking up a rent-to-own in a hot market, which is this, is that you may start getting instant appreciation. So, meaning this, if the market's hot, that means you buy it today, and in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or a year from now, you saw appreciation in that property happen. So you're getting instant gain, making it worthwhile to get into a rent-to-own, because you're renting today, you're not putting all that down payment down, but you're getting that equity build very quickly because the market's hot, assuming it doesn't slow down and dip and all that other good stuff. But generally speaking, even if it went up and kind of then stagnated, you made a bump and a gain, which made your rent-to-own decision incredibly, incredibly wise, right? So that's the hot market. Now, let's say you're in a slow market. Well, in a slow market, one of the things that happens is your selection is now expanded, meaning you have a lot more properties that you can choose from, because sellers are not getting offers left and right from buyers. And if they're in a situation that they need to move, then doing a rent-to-own and having it sold in the future, right, because that's how rent-to-own works. You're not buying it till you're going to buy it, a little bit further out. That is better to them than sitting on a vacant property. So your selection starts to go a little bit bigger in a slower market. The downside to a slower market is that you may not get that quick bump in appreciation, right? Because if it's a slower market, we might see prices, remain a little bit more stagnated, or only slow appreciation, versus some of these crazy bumps that we've seen in the past. And but again, even though you may not get that appreciation as fast as you would have otherwise, it's possible that you might be able to make that up by getting a better price on the home, so you're starting off with more instant equity, or you get better terms. And when we talk about terms, there's a whole range of things that go into terms. It could be how much your option payment is, your rent price, your rent credits, how long you have to buy. All that stuff is terms, right? So you might be able to get better terms on your acquisition of the property and your rent-to-own agreement in a slower market. So you're going to find that it does not matter whether it's a hot market or a slow market. Any one of those markets is a perfect time to be doing a rent-to-own. And if you haven't checked out our other videos, find out why a rent-to-own is actually better than buying a property outright. Make sure you check that out. And if you haven't already, check out the link below to get a free copy of my book, The Right Way to Rent-to-Own Homes, How to Buy Smarter Than Everyone Else. I know you're going to love it. Thanks for joining me here today. And don't forget to subscribe. Can't wait to see you on some more future videos.